Well, hello everybody. I'm Dr. Robert Buda, the Lifestyle Doctor. Today we're going to be talking about what your highest values are. Around Christmas time, this is a time when we really start to learn what it is that's important to us. And this process will happen consciously or unconsciously. So, say for example, you decide, do you work all the way through Christmas? Or do you spend more time with your family? Do you drink too much at the Christmas party? Or do you decide to leave early and go get a great night's sleep? Do you decide to fly to another city to spend Christmas with your family, or stay in the city that you're in and spend Christmas with your friends? Always around Christmas time, we'll find that our values, our highest priorities, will become delineated. We'll find out exactly what they are. And as I said, this process can happen unconsciously or it can happen consciously. If you take the conscious effort to actually work it out, you can actually make decisions more easily when you link it all to your original value. So if you figure out what your highest value is, then you're able to link something that you don't want to do to that value. You're then more likely to do it. For example, say you worked out that your highest value was your kids. You loved your kids. Your kids were the number one most important thing in your life. And now let's say that you hated going to carols by candlelight. You hated it. Absolutely despised the crowds, didn't like the mosquitoes and sitting on the ground, and really didn't enjoy it. But you were able to then link that to your kids and how much your kids would enjoy it and how much your kids would love going and the amazing fun time that they were going to have and how much of an impact it was going to have on their life if you made a tradition of going to the carols by candlelight with them on a regular basis every single year. Next thing you know, the decision's not that hard and the process of going to do it, you're kind of like, you know what, this is okay because you're able to link it to your highest value. So finding out what your values are is very, very important to your decision-making process because the more clear you are on what's important to you, the more you can make decisions based off those values. So a great way to work it out is to do an exercise. So this exercise, it's called the values tournament. So what you want to do is you want to take a blank sheet of paper, A4 paper, and down the left-hand side of the page, you want to write down a list of all your values. Now you write the first value at the top of the page, and then you write your second value at the bottom of the page, and then the third just below the first one, and then the fourth just above the third one, and so on and so forth until you fill the page. Now you may start with as many as 20 values. Then what you want to do is you want to have rounds in a tournament. You want each pair to face off against each other. And you want to, so one by one, so you start at the top and you go 1, then 2, then 3 and 4, then 5 and 6. Each value pair, you basically decide which value wins. Make them fight off against each other. And go with your gut feeling on which one should win. Go with your gut feeling on which one's more important. Don't let your educated mind get in the way. Because if you think about it for too long, then what will happen is that your educated mind will start to tell you what it thinks should be your most important value, not what actually is your most important value. And then you end up with a wrong list. So go with your gut feelings. And then on the next round, you then pair everyone up again, and you do the same thing again. And you keep doing this until you ended up with a grand final winner, someone who won the tournament, a value that would be the most important thing to you. And then you go right ahead and start making all your decisions based off your values. What is important to that particular value that you ended up with? Pretty simple process. If you check out the blog site, there'll be all the text associated with this, and there'll actually be an image of a tournament draw that you could use. But there's heaps of places around that you can have a look on the web. So just Google it and you'll find it. Have a fantastic day, everyone. That's how you do the tournament.